What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk and Dereck Chisora. Unfortunately, people, Oleksandr Usyk has an injury that delays the Dereck Chisora pay-per-view fight again. Wow. Oleksandr Usyk and Dereck Chisora are to battle it out in the heavyweight pay-per-view showdown on UK soil a couple months later than expected. Usyk was going to collide on March 28th live on Sky Sports box office. This now has been pushed back at least until May. This is due to an elbow injury suffered by the former undisputed cruiserweight king. April has now been ruled out. Of course, this affects other fights. You know, the David Avanesian and Josh Kelly fight was supposed to be on that fight card as well. Anyway, the collision, a hot favorite to land in London at the O2 when it does finally get confirmed, could be set to have some sort of interim or WBO strap on the line. Because you know, of course, Anthony Joshua has hinted that he'll let that belt go to make that other fight just that much bigger. He could do that, but it's not set in stone. Okay. Of course, Usyk was placed at the top of the rankings by President Paco Valcarcel. The decision was made after Usyk became fully unified at 200 pounds. Now, whatever happens, Usyk and Chisora heading back to late spring date, but this price Usyk versus Chisora will be made available at is a mystery at this point, because we don't really know what it will mean, what it will be for. Again, it's all up to Anthony Joshua if he drops the belt, but they still supposed to collide. Okay. Now, Sky and Hearn could choose to stick at a 24.95 pounds, okay, at an extended run, or revert back to the 19.95 pounds. Well, that doesn't really. I'm not concerned of that because I'm not in the UK, and we pay a whole lot more for pay-per-view. So, you know, that does not matter to me to counterpunch that. $24.95 to $19.95 is very little. I know you guys over there would think differently because of, you know, you guys actually, some really worry about the integrity and, you know, all that. We don't. We want all the money possible in the USA. Let's just say that. But anyway, this is the second injury. You know, of course, last year, you know, he's supposed to fight Carlos Takam, and he injured his bicep. Now he injured his elbow. So now he needs time to heal. And then you question yourself, like, okay, what type of training regime is he doing? You know, because this is, you know, this happened in sparring, you know, or this happened in training rather. So you ask yourself, like, what is he really doing? You know, is he trying to do too much too fast? Because, you know, this is the second injury. He's getting like Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And for Dereck Chisora, you know, I wanted to see that fight next month. You know what I mean? That would be a great fight to keep the heavyweight division, you know, popping. But now it pushes back to May. But isn't that the same time that Joshua's supposed to fight, May or June? So I guess that makes that fight a little bit closer to that fight, which I think they should be a little bit more spread out. But that's just my take on it. It sucks because I did want to see what Usyk can do with Chisora or what Chisora can do with Usyk, you know. But the injury is an injury that happens in the sport of boxing. And it's better now than get in the ring and then, hey, I had an injury. Why are you fighting with an injury? So that shows you that they're taking Usyk's career very seriously, and Usyk himself is not trying to fight, not 100%, because I think he's going to need all of his weapons to do what he needs to do in the heavyweight division, whatever that is. I want him to be at 100%. So if he's injured, take his time to heal so he can be back in action the way he's supposed to be. You know, that's my counterpunch on that. I just hope the fight happens. I hope it just doesn't keep getting pushed and pushed, you know, and then he would really be like Keith Thurman. I was just really joking, but you know, if he keeps pushing it back like they did that Sean Porter fight, you know, that could be the situation there with Usyk. And then you have to ask yourself how bad is this injury? You know what I mean? What really happened to him? You know what I mean? If he has to keep pushing this date back. But anyway, at least it's pushed back instead of canceled. You know, you don't want to hear the big C word. So this is a good news. So that's the good news. It's not canceled, people. It's just postponed. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Oleksandr Usyk having another injury, postponing the fight with Dereck Chisora. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.